everyone, welcome back to another Civilization Reborn. I'm Mr. Roadmap, and it's been a while since I did one of these, I think about a month. It's episode 16, and let's get into it. So first off, we're going to start over here in good old North America. First, the first thing that's going to happen is today, or is that these guys are going to explore up all over here. They're going to be like, oh wow, uh, they're gonna like during if this is happening during the summertime, they're gonna be like, oh okay, look at all these islands. They're useless, but there's islands up here. And they're like, oh wow, look at all these islands. But yeah, these guys they also go up here. They're like, oh wow, islands. Like, oh cool, islands. And they're like, oh wow, we can explore the innards of the islands. Let's do that. That's kind of cool. But yeah, they explore all this area over here. Um, they explore over here, and then over here, these guys they go sailing, and they're like, oh, wow, really, really big island. What could this be? What is this? And they're like, oh wow, it's a bunch of ice and not much else. So over here they basically just like stick to the shores of Greenland, like I don't call it Greenland in this timeline, but I'm gonna call it Greenland because we all know it as Greenland. Yeah, but then these explorers up here, they're like, oh, it's so cold. It's just so cold. Why is it so cold? And they just, once again, they just go around the coastline, because that's all they can really do. Just go around the coastline. So yeah, then they just go around the coastline up here, just go all that jazz. Oops. Gonna go around this coast up here, and then they're like, huh, I wonder what's over this way. So they go over this way. And like, oh wow, another island. A greener island. We'll call this one Greenland. But yeah. But yeah, this is gonna be their first like European uh land mass discovered because Iceland is technically part of Europe, I guess. But yeah, after all that's done, we're gonna go over here. The age of exploration is live and well, baby. And that's gonna happen, or it's gonna start, or over here in Vietnam. These guys, they're like, oh wow, there's a lot of stuff over here. Let's go look at all this stuff over here. And they're out like, oh wow, jungles, a whole peninsula of jungles. So then they continue going around and like, oh wow, more jungles. And then they kind of split up. They go up this way into Myanmar and Bangladesh, and then they go down this way, uh, down into Thailand and Malaysia. And then they're like, oh, more island or an island. Let's go explore these islands. They're like, wow, so cool. Uh, yeah, and then they go down here and they're like, wow, another island. How cool. Oh wow, another island. Uh, oh wow, another island, more islands. How cool. But yeah, and then these Chinese guys, they want some action on exploration, so they explore over here and find Taiwan. These guys kind of like oh crap. They go down these island chains and kind of discover Taiwan. Let's fill that in. But yeah, let's also fill that in. Um, yeah, and then down here, these guys uh sail down and discover the Philippines. They're like, oh wow, a whole bunch of islands down here. We should explore these. Um, and yeah, they do that. They do exactly that. They explore the Philippine Islands, which is kind of cool. Then they explore down this way, and they're like, oh wow, a really big island. How cool is that? And then they uh, they land people there and discover Borneo, or the island of Borneo. This island is called Borneo. Uh, and then yeah, they just like hug up here. But yeah, and that's all the exploration down there. And so we'll move up over that way. And now, well, these guys continue exploring like Southeast Asia, like all of this area. It, also, these guys up here, they sent some explorers out to explore, I guess, Western China. Yeah, Western China. And then, these scouts over here, they make a big discovery. They go down this way, and they're like, oh wow, another little dip. I wonder what more is over here. And they're like, oh wow. And they're like, oh, a peninsula. And then they kind of sail over and like, oh wow, Sri Lanka. And they're like, oh, cool. But yeah, they discover India, which is going to be a huge game changer discovery over here. But yeah, they're like, oh, wow, it's so fertile. Look at all these rivers, and we can plant a bunch of shit here. But yeah, as they're thinking that, they're also exploring more over here, and eventually they get to Iran, and they're like, oh, Jesus Christ, it's so hot over here, and they stop. They don't go any farther, so they just continue to explore a bit more of India. And with this exploration, we see some new people popping up. First, we're gonna have a little a little like pink team setting up shop over here. And then down here we have these little like pinkish orangish guys. And then over here we have these little blue guy or like these cyan guys. And then yeah, Vietnam expands a little bit and it basically is just modern day Vietnam. But yeah, that's not all, because over here, these Chinese guys, they sail over and claim all of Taiwan. Are also going to go down here and set up shop in this Philippine island. And then we're going to go back over here to India, where this lime team, or this lime color form, or this lime country forms. But yeah, I think that's going to be all for like India in terms of countries. Then over here, there's gonna be a little island nation that is on like this island of Jakarta, I think. I don't know. But yeah, and also like the Singapore area, and then finally on the island of Borneo, this little green country's gonna form. But yeah, that's gonna do it for Southeast Asia. Vietnam's gonna expand to encompass like all this down here. But yeah, moving northwards, up here, um, these guys are gonna send some scouts to go westwards into like Siberia and like Mongolia and stuff. But yeah, and then Chinese guys are gonna like do the same over here, but they don't really get that far because of the Tibetan plateau. So yeah, they can't really go here, but they can go up here where it's mostly flat land, which is cool for them. They're like, oh wow, so much new land. And they kind of explore up here in like northern Siberia, but it's a bit cold and they don't want to go up that far. But yeah, they expand a lot and they almost reach the Caspian, which is a lot. Like this is major. They're almost civilization has almost entered into Europe, which is pretty big, pretty big. But yeah, because of that, we get to see a new nation form over here. This little green country forms over here. It's kind of far away, but they will like expand like ever so slightly, just because they want to, but there's not many people, so they can't really expand. But yeah, but there's also going to be once again, there's also going to be a new country that is just going to be like right over, like surrounding this lake. I forgot what this lake is called. I just know that it's like really important, or that it's just like a really big lake. Yeah, enough of these new countries over that way. Let's focus on the countries that are already here in China. So yeah, China, as you can see, a bunch of countries in it are in the Chinese area. We're gonna start off with these guys. These guys are gonna do a little thing called expanding their borders, and they're gonna expand their borders by that much. And as you can see down here, they kind of blocked these guys off from expanding more that way, which kind of pisses them off. So these guys are going to expand a little bit more too, but they don't get far before red team up here goes in and blocks them off. So these guys, they're feeling a little pissed. They can't expand more. The only way they can do that is by invading their neighbors. And they don't really want to get in a war right now. But you know who does want to get in a war? These pink guys. These pink guys want to get in a war. You want to know who they're gonna get in a war with? If you guess these yellow guys, you're spot on. So yeah, these these guys go to war with these guys. Okay, so let's start this war. Starts off with these pink guys. They're gonna invade over here in this like little panhandle bit, and they're instantly gonna take over these three cities, uh, which is like a major loss to these guys. They're like very populated. But yeah, then they're gonna move in over here and take capture this city, and then they're gonna move over this way, capture that city, and cut this little area off. And so it basically like surrender this area like completely surrenders over because these guys can't really get to it. These guys, there's like a strong defense in the middle, so these guys can like barely push out. But over here, there's not as strong as one, so these guys can like kind of do that. But yeah, then go over here, capture this other city, then move downwards and capture this city. This area falls over to these guys. Um, Yeah, and then these guys, they were kind of caught off guard by this, so they didn't have their troops ready, and they didn't really want a war, so they didn't really have like a standing military that could go to war. So yeah, uh, but yeah, after like a few like a month or two, they get their army ready, and then they begin to push back. They push back these guys, recapture these two cities up here, push these guys out of this area. Um, and then go back up and capture this city. Uh, yeah, and then they go up here and they cut this large portion of troops off from these guys, and they surrender. That was like maybe like 50,000 troops that were captured. So yeah, kind of a big blow to this small country. I think in total these guys have like maybe 300,000 troops, and these guys maybe like also 300,000 or maybe 400,000 troops. But yeah, so that big of a loss, it really hurts this war effort. But these guys are able to muster up some more strength and then push back all the way down here. And then instead of trying to take more land, they kind of don't want to risk losing land to these guys, which is happening. Uh, these guys enter their territory and then come up and take this city. Yeah, which is bad. And so these guys, they're like, you know what, screw it. We're just gonna send all we have down to the capital. And so yeah, that's what they do. They're able to capture the capital and these few cities over here, and they then push these guys out. So yeah, these guys surrender. These yellow guys surrender. So let's take a little look-see at that peace treaty. So this is the peace treaty. These guys basically kept all they took, because they to capture the capital, they are able to take that back. But yeah, uh, so yeah, these guys expanded a lot, grew a lot, but that doesn't. But uh, they have a weaker military. You want to know who takes advantage of that? These guys, yeah, these red guys up here. Like, ooh, fresh meat. What do we do with fresh meat? Well, we invade fresh meat. That's what we do. So that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna invade these guys. They're gonna take their opportunity and invade. They capture this city up here. They take this whole like northern region, which has a bunch of cities and agriculture and stuff. Um, so yeah, and it's also like really close to the capital, which is not good. But yeah, these guys, they're like, we want a lot of land because we cannot really expand. That rhymed. I'm Dr. Seuss now, I guess. But yeah, these guys are like way stronger than these guys. These guys maybe have like 500,000 troops at the ready, as well as maybe like 2 million-ish people. These guys only have like, uh, well, re now they only have like maybe 200,000 troops ready, with only like maybe 900,000 people. Actually, no, maybe like a million people. But yeah, so these guys a lot less stronger than these guys, and I just realized that a country with 2 million people having a army size of 300 or 500,000 troops, um, it's probably not realistic, to be honest. Yeah, maybe have to size down the troop numbers, but whatever. Yeah, so anyway, on with the war. These guys, they move down south, capture a bunch of cities and farmland, and they're like, oh yeah, baby, let's go. They're also gonna like ignore the capital. I mean, like they're gonna advance toward it, but they're not gonna like focus their main army on it, because if they surrender too early, then or yeah, if they capture capital too early and these guys surrender, these guys won't get as much land as they want. So yeah, they're gonna play their cards right and basically just go down south and take over all these cities down here. Um, yeah, these guys, they're able to make a little bit of some gains. They kind of pushed the red team army back a little. Uh, for the moment, they recaptured this city, and they try to do like a little pincer move and capture that city, but it doesn't really work. These guys are able to repel and then go back down here and then recapture this city and capture that city. And then with these guys, they're gonna close in on the capital, and then you know, uh, they go down here, take this little city down here, and then this city over here. Then they're basically like, you know what, this is enough. Well, we're kind of done with war now. And then they encircle this capital, and it falls. So yeah, let's take a look. So these guys basically surrender. So yeah, let's take a little look see at that peace treaty. So yeah, this is the peace treaty. As you can see, these red Chinese guys, they basically take all of their land, even including their capital. So these guys are gonna relocate their capital from over there to this city over here, which is kind of far away from anyone. And by anyone, I mean uh, these guys. But yeah, so yeah, uh, yeah, these guys, they basically just took all of like these guys' gains and basically all of their land. So yeah. But yeah, okay. So next, um, in China, I guess, uh, it's gonna be these yellow guys. They're gonna they're gonna invade these other yellow guys because they want land and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. So yeah, bam. It's kind of hard color to see. Yeah, that's easier. So yeah, these guys, they go and invade. They take all of these cities. Yeah. And then once they get to the capital, these guys are like, stop, stop it. We surrender, we surrender, we surrender, we surrender. But they capture the capital and then burn it down and then they surrender as a show of force. So yeah, once again, let's take a little look see at this peace treaty. So yeah, this is the peace treaty. Once again, these guys take their capital. So the capital is going to have to move from here uh, to, let's say, this city over here. They can't really move it to a city that's not near anyone. Okay, so I think that it's going to be enough of Asia for now. Actually, no, we're going to have one more thing. These guys are going to break into two. Yeah. Why they break into two and why do their borders look this bad? A, because I want to, and B, because I want to. Yeah. So yeah, little breakaway down here. with a very large border gore. But yeah, now we're done with Asia, and now we go over here into the into this area, into California land. Californians, they're like, hey, we want our old stuff back. Let's go to war. And so go to war they do. First, they go to war with this Nevadan nation, the Nevada nation. Yeah, they invade, take this city, which I think is basically Reno. But yeah, everyone in like maybe like 90% of people in California are like, yeah, sure, yeah, we want our old empire back. Let's go get that. So yeah, they're in favor of invading these guys. So yeah, they do. Down here they invade into desert and take I think what's basically Vegas. And if that's not Vegas, then I think that's Vegas, or maybe that's Vegas. I don't know. I think that's either Vegas or Phoenix, and I think it's more Phoenix. So yeah, but yeah, they go up this way, and then they capture this city over here. The Nevadans, not only are they a new country, but they're also a desert country, which means they have low population, and they're weak. So yeah, uh, this California invasion, they basically just kick their ass. These guys, the Californian troops know how to march into desert territory or into desert area. So they do that and basically curb stomp these guys. And the citizens and the new Nevada nation, it's been like maybe like 5 years since they broke away from California, and their country has been failing. They they realized that they basically need California for like watering crops and such. So yeah, they're like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just join them. So that's exactly what they do. They basically just join back up with California, and California's like, hell yeah, we expanded more. But yeah, that's gonna do it for California's expanding for now. And now we go down here to this Mexican country expansion. Uh, these guys used to be a part of these guys, but then these guys broke into 30 different pieces, which basically kind of made all of this down here. So yeah, they say, you know what, we're gonna expand by invading our mother country. So they do that. It's been like maybe like 100 years since these guys broke away, so they're not really like close anymore. They have two like distinct identities. Well, the identities are kind of the same because if we go over here to the religion map, they practice the same religion. So yeah, even though they still have the same religion, they kind of have different cultures. But yeah, anyway, these guys basically curb stomp these guys because look how small these guys are. Look how big this Mexico guy is. So yeah, they basically come in and invade and basically take over all this. And peace treaty, well, we know this. It's bam. Yeah, no more. I guess original like Green Texan guys. Um, and these Green Texan guys, they've been here a while. I think maybe since like episode maybe 3, 4, something like that. But yeah, these guys, they've been around a while, and now they're gone. These Southern guys, they're like, oh, expansion time, and so, even though in like the last episode, they kind of got their asses kicked, but they are hungry for expansion, so they're gonna expand a bit more. And where are they gonna expand? These guys in the last episode, these guys lost a war, and they're like, we want some more land, and they're like, you know who we're gonna invade? We're gonna invade these guys. So they invade these guys, and they basically take their only big city, other than the capital, and then they go on and invade all of this, and then they take their capital. So yeah, and then peace treaty. I think you know where this is going. Yeah, complete annexation, and and uh, yeah, no more, no more Mississippi team, or not, or I guess swamp team. And these guys have been around since like episode 2 or 3. if you remember, if you've been here this long, you remember that they used to span from like maybe like here up all this big area and then like down this way. So yeah, these guys used to be like a main power and now they're gone. So yeah. And last thing this episode, uh, we're gonna introduce trade routes. Yeah, I think it's about time to get trade in this series. I think it's now like the year like maybe 4000 BC. I think they had trade routes then. If they didn't, well, these guys do now. So yeah, it's gonna start over here in New York, because of course it does. Yeah. And yeah, so it's gonna start in New York, because of course it does. Uh, it's gonna go. So it starts in New York because of course it does. Then it goes up over here, and then it's gonna go over to these guys because they're friends. It goes through this city, through this city, through this city, up here, and then over to here, and then through this capital. And these guys are like, huh, where do we have to go next? Um, these guys are kind of pacified against us, even though they're not in an alliance with us and we're kind of enemies with them. We think it'd be a good idea if they were a part of this trade route, for economic reasons. So that's what they do. They extend this trade route down and build it down into this capital down here. But yeah, these guys are like, oh, okay, trade, I guess. That's cool. But yeah, then the trade route is gonna expand up this way. These guys are like, you know what? Sure, we can stand to be connected with the rest of the world. So it goes up through this way, connects with this capital, goes along the coast, gets connected with that capital, and then it branches off this way and goes up here and then up there and then goes up over here. These guys don't want it to go up to this to these two, because they broke away from these two and they're still kind of angry at them. And they're not in their alliance, so they don't want to help them at all. Uh, oh, that's wrong. But yeah, anyway, trade route continues to get built, and it goes up to here, and then it goes over to here, and then uh, crosses water and goes down to this capital. And then these guys, oh, and then there's basically like a trade route over the water through there, then goes snakes down here, and bam. So there's basically a loop now of trade. Oh, so yeah, there's now a loop of trade, and a lot of people are benefiting. Uh, these purple Canadians, are they in the alliance? Yes, they are. So they're like, hey, can you have it come over here? And they're like, yeah, sure. So it goes over to them, and then over to here, and then these Michigan people, hey, they're like, hey, can you do that? Can you like expand it over here? And they're like, sure. And then it goes up through here. These guys don't bother building it over. These guys don't really want the trade routes, so they're like, okay, because these guys don't really understand trade. But yeah, and then these guys, they build it farther west. They're gonna have it go up this way. They don't really want it to go through these guys, um, because you know they're kind of angry with them still. So they kind of halt the trade route up here, but and then it splinters off and begins to be built down here. Then it goes down into the blue country, and then into this purple country that's newly formed, and that was from California. But California isn't really like this, but they realize that's like the only way that's gonna be like really that they can really trade with them. So they're like, okay, fine. And then the trade route goes up this way into the city, and then over here crosses into California. It splinters one way. Actually, no. It dips down, goes over here, goes into the capital of California, and then goes up the coast because of course it does. Goes up to like goes up to San Francisco, then up further into Oregon, and then goes into the Oregon/Washington country, then goes over there. or it splinters off and goes that way, goes up through Seattle, and then it goes up this way, crosses into these guys. Um, yeah, and then does that. And then also I think one last expansion of it. It goes up into these purple guys. Then goes up over here, and then these guys want the trade route, but these guys also want the trade route. Uh, but the builders of the trade route are like, it's gonna be easier to go this way, so then they just do snake down that way, and bam. And so this is the current trade route. It currently just spans like most of the U.S. countries. Starts in New York and then goes into the South and then over here to California and then up into Canada a little bit. But yeah, that's all we're gonna do for the trade route for today or in this episode. But next episode, we're gonna expand it a little more. But yeah, that's gonna be all for today's episode. I hope you liked watching. If you liked it enough, please like and subscribe and comment. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I might make that 500 subscribers by the end of the year. But yeah, whatever. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.